log in to the website. You're going to be issued a username and password, and of course you can have multiple. And this is going to be the front page, and this is the history of today, of actually where my vehicle has been. Let me show you some functionality about this. First of all, we can click on last location and see exactly where we are right now. And if you have multiple users, multiple vehicles, it'll show exactly where they are anywhere in the US, Canada, Mexico. And you go ahead and map it and show exactly, pinpoint where it's at. We can also go to a satellite view and zoom in as well. Now let's go to the last 24 hours. And what's great about this is the system is easy. It's so simple to use. That's really what we want to create. These green dots indicate where the car was accelerating, and the red dots indicate where it stopped. The yellow circles here indicate when the car was turned off and on. And you can see here the start button for the day. Now, if you were to click on one of these dots, it's going to show you what time of the day it was, what the date was, what the speed was, what my fuel level was, which, believe it or not, was actually 0. I had to go get some gas. And on these circles, you can kind of see where I turned off the ignition and then where I turned it back on. So let's see where I was, because I don't even know where I was. We can hit a satellite view and just zoom in. I know exactly where I was. I was at Coffee Bean. And we can even flip around the map here and do a 360 view. And that right here is Coffee Bean. And that was my parking spot. Look at me. Get the closest spot that I could. You know what? Office Max. I apologize. Coffee Bean's on the other side. So I was at Office Max. That was my parking spot. And you can see where I turned off and on my vehicle. Now, if this is one of your employees, a work truck, if you have a fleet of vehicles or just one, it really doesn't matter. But again, you can kind of see the routes that they took. So throughout Scottsdale, you can kind of follow the dots. If you were to click on, you can see the speeds, again, the mileage, the voltage of the battery. This is also going to give you any diagnostic alerts in the vehicle. So again, here's another stop. And you can see I was at the post office. And, think of it this way. If you do have an employee and you're thinking, okay, did you drop off that package, or did you deliver what you were supposed to, you can also check out the times. What time was I there today? Well, I was there at 1:08 in the PM. And today's date is 7/19. One of our other features we have is geofence, which is a great feature to have. You can set up to 10 geofences, and let's just say that this is our work. This is our office complex, and again, you can see where the car was turned off and on and the exact parking space we were in. We can just go to geofences and just say, look, we're a delivery company. We want to know every time it comes in and out of this zone. We click on geofence, we set up a geofence log. So all we're going to do is move our icon here around the place we want to put the geofence. So let's just say this is our office, and let's go out a little bit. Should be a pretty good perimeter. So every time it comes in and out of this zone, we're going to be alerted. And we can set up alerts to get text messages, emails if we want. But most importantly, this is going to have a log of where it's been and when it hit those geofences, even though it's going to be tracking throughout the entire day anyway. Keep in mind, this is a service that is in for the entire year. There's no monthly fees. We're one of the only companies that don't charge a monthly fee. We also have alert settings. The alert settings are great because it'll alert you when it hits a geofence, a speed alert. Let's say you want to know if your trucks go over a certain speed. And that is important because if those guys get a ticket, and this could be anywhere from one of your kids to a spouse to an employee, your insurance rates are going higher. So you can set that alert so you get notified if it goes over a certain speed, when the car turns off and on, and a tow alert, which means that the car is moving but the engine is off. That typically means it was towed or something went wrong, maybe it broke down. But these are all things that you need to know so you can protect your assets, protect your fleet. And of course, we have a history report. You can go in and show the dates. We can go in from yesterday, and we can choose. Do we want to have all alerts, stops only, when the car turned off and on, or the movements? So we could just basically go in, click the report, demo, and boom. It's going to give us all the history we need from that particular day. And you can go back days, weeks, as long as the device was on, you can go back to history. Another great feature is our reports, our mileage reports. It'll tell you how many miles the car drove. You can also have a fuel report. So you can see yesterday I drove a total of 48 miles. I could go by fuel or a diagnostic report if anything came up in the car, like change oil or check engine light, whatever it might be. Obviously, miles are probably the most important. Who drives 48 miles in a day? Jeez.